Welcome everybody to our second installment of CBOT Unplugged. It went so well in January when we released it, didn't it, Rhonda?
It did.
We had so many fans, probably more than two, I hope.
We did. We got lots of great feedback, so it felt compelled to do it on a regular basis now.
Absolutely.
So we're pretty excited. And look at this awesome setup.
I know.
We're like professionals.
Right. So I'm sorry it took so long to get this episode back. I know you guys have been like just hungry, thirsty for the next episode, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get this in production. And thank you to Alyssa and Erica who are behind what the camera we're looking into now. So thank goodness for them, because we wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for them. So welcome to the podcast.
Absolutely. And
All
you
right.
are?
Right.
You're Bonnie.
You're not going to do the Sportsnet thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm Rhonda. That's Bonnie.
That's right. So
we're from CBOT.
Right. So Rhonda is the member relations person, and I am the executive director for the Clarington Board of Trade, and we're happy to join you today.
Awesome. So for the people are probably wondering what we're going to talk about on the podcast, right? So every episode will be very different, talking about things that matter to our business community, things we're hearing, things we're seeing. We will sometimes have special guests, which we'll announce at the end.
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
We'll have a special guest for
so
next
how often
episode.
are we doing this?
So every month.
Right.
Every month we're going to do this. We will release at the beginning of every month. So hold on tight. I know people will be waiting for that to drop every month.
Waiting.
It'll be exciting, but we're going to talk, about a wide variety of things. Things like CBOT Cares and youth engagement and tourism, and Eric and Alyssa are even going to pop on for an episode and talk about AI, and so all things that matter to the business community. So we're pretty excited. But before we dive in, we would be remiss if we did not thank our very first sponsor for our podcast.
Ta-da!
Yay! Expedia Cruises, Clarington.
Boy.
They are located in Curtis at 1414 King Street, Unit 7.
I could go for a cruise right now.
Yeah, I know, me too. But they don't just do cruises.
Right.
They do all-inclusives. They're all over Europe and Asia and Africa and beyond. What I love about them is that they are a family-run business, Canadian-owned business, and it's about real travel. So everyone thinks, I think, when it's Expedia, they think, oh, it's an online thing, or I have to call and wait in a queue and talk to a kind of a robot. No, this is a personalized experience. When you walk in there, you feel like family.
Well, they love what they do.
They do.
They love it.
Their team is amazing. You get hugs, you get tea, you get goodies every time I go visit. I get spoiled rotten, and I'm not even booking a trip.
Well, you didn't tell me that. I have to go visit then.
Yeah, no, this is my thing. My thing.
All right.
But we suggest that you go and pay them a visit over in Curtis. You will receive travel recommendations that meet your budget, and they will be custom, your plans for you. So check them out. This is their logo. Again, you can reach them. You can call them too, 905-571-0000 if you want to reach out to them. So we can't thank them enough for being our very first sponsor.
Yes.
Yeah, it means a lot to us.
Sponsor.
Yes,
very much. Yes.
Absolutely. So they're members of CBOT, obviously, and so big shout out to them. So we'll chat a little bit later about them as well.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah. It's making me craving going on a vacation now.
I know.
Thanks for that, for sure.
I know. Well, you know where to go when you need to book your vacation.
Well, it's getting a little warmer now, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
The sun's out today.
Be positive. Be optimistic now. Speaking of being optimistic.
Yeah. So where were you last night?
I was at the Jays game.
And they actually
you know what?
won.
They won.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Not like when we went to the home opener.
Yeah. That was really depressing. I'll just say very, very bad. And it was very quiet because everybody left very quietly because it was a bit of a slaughter.
Yeah,
so
not a good way to start the season.
But it's nice. I'm glad the season here.
Yes.
And I love going to the games as much as you do.
Yes. But despite what people might think, we're big Jays fans. We do have a life outside of CBOT, even though we are everywhere and try to be dialed into what's happening in the community a lot. We do love to spend our time at the Jays game and cheering them on with our kids.
That's right.
Not both of our kids, just our youngest.
Youngest ones,
love going to the games as well. So,
oldest ones are too cool for that.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So we'll probably continue to talk about the Jays on our podcast. People are like, "Is this a CBOT podcast or a Blue Jays podcast?"
Sportsnet, second version or what? Yeah,
that's exactly. Right. That's right. But no, it's something that we're both passionate about and
definitely
and love to do. So it gives everyone a sneak peek as to a little bit about us.
That's right. Yeah. So speaking of passion. So. What does CBOT mean to you? I know what the Jays mean to you, but so you've been here now. So this is the release date of this podcast.
Yes,
will be May 1st. So May 1st is is Rhonda's second anniversary here with
That's
the
right.
Clarington Board of Trade. Does it feel like you've been here for 2 years or for 20?
Yeah,
Really? In a
longer,
good way?
longer, but in a good way, right? Thankfully, our members are not as disappointing as the Jays are oftentimes.
Yeah.
And that's what lights us up, right? Is being able to support the business community. Right. And you know, we were talking earlier off script here in the green room about what kind of characteristics we both have that we feel makes us a good fit. Because listen, the not-for-profit sector is a different sort of feel, a different work that we do.
It's a different sector.
Absolutely. So, you know, so tell me, Bonnie, because you've been here a really long time. Really long time.
Thanks for emphasizing
I
that.
know, a really long time.
Yeah.
But why do you feel like you're a good fit here? Like if Connor, your mom, big shout out to Connor, or your mom or Alec, if they were to say, yeah, my mom was cut out for this, why would they say that?
Well, I know what Connor would say because they both cut their teeth in the community here. So I've been here this June, it'll be 17 years. So Connor will be 15 and Alec is 20. So I always encourage them to give back to the community, to participate in the community. So Connor will say, God, my mom loves business. She loves helping business. It's always business. And you're talking to business all the time. So I tell him I love doing it. Because I like seeing them get value in what we provide as an organization. So that explanation I give to him usually doesn't stick, and he walks away from me by then. But he knows, and my family knows that I really love to support our community,
right? Because
our community supports us,
yes,
right. So the least I can do is be my authentic self. This is me. You know, I tried to play an April Fool's joke on my team here.
It was bad.
I can't.
She barely got the words out when we were laughing.
So it was bad. I can't fake anything, right? So it's a waste of time, and we are only on this planet for one time, I think. So you have to give everything you can to something that you love,
right?
And so it's taken me a while to find my home. And Clarington is my home, and the Clarington Board of Trade provides that satisfaction of me trying to support the community and everything I do. So,
well, we're lucky to have you as our leader.
Well,
the rest of us haven't been here for 17 years, so we lean on you a lot. So,
appreciate that. But again, I wouldn't be here without an amazing team,
right?
And I say that a lot because I mean it.
Right.
You guys put everything you have into this organization. And we really should have more downtime because we're out there a lot. Right. I just got an email from a business last night saying, I think you have clones,
right?
Because you guys are always out all the time, always. And we are because we love it.
Right.
We love it.
Right.
And we just love supporting businesses as you do. So, so what about you, Rhonda? So what would your friends and family, how would they describe you and your passion for doing what you do? And
it's interesting because I feel like everything that I've done, this is kind of my third chapter of my life, and
very different,
the career-wise. And I think that just my dedication, I have really high expectations of myself, excuse me, but also of CBOT now, right? And we want to deliver value, and we know businesses are busy. And so when we invite them out to things and need their time, we want to make sure that it's worth their time. And so those high expectations, which can sometimes be sort of a bit of a downfall. But I think you
put those on yourself because you're like that as a person. So maybe take yourself out of. Stop talking about this is what we like to do as an organization. Put yourself into it a bit more. So where you came from corporate, you were in the corporate world. Then you moved to owning your own business. Completely different. To now with CBOT. So
but we're a small team. There's only 4 of us here. Right. So it is very personal. It's not like you're just another person at a desk. Behind the scenes, we're all the face of CBOT, and so we take it personally. We're invested. And, sometimes, maybe we give too much of ourselves, but it's not a bad thing. Because at the end of the day, it does benefit the community in which we live, and operate. So it is a pretty awesome, role that we have and responsibility in the community, and people know that they can lean on us. That was very evident during, the fire relief that has been happening in the community. And they turn to us, and we of course we can help. So at the end of it, at the end of the day, and I think our whole team has this mentality, is just we like to help in whatever capacity that means.
Well, it's hard for us to say no. We don't say no very often, do we? Especially when it comes to helping out in those cases, right?
Yeah, so, exactly. So let's demystify a little bit about CBOT. And I know you want to talk a bit about our board of directors as well, because some people probably don't even know that we have a board of directors, or that
maybe not.
Yeah. So CBOT, again, at the bottom of it, like kind of the foundation is support. We're providing that platform for businesses to connect with each other, to grow, to promote their businesses, and really to thrive.
Right.
But that means like we have our hands in a lot. And everyone utilizes the membership in a way that is beneficial to them, whether we're doing, kind of initiatives around homelessness or crime, or, doing down to business topics like HR or AI or mental wellness. We're covering a little bit of everything because every business is different. Everyone's in, a different sector, different geographical location. So we really have to make sure that it's a fit for all businesses to get involved. So when people say, well, what do you guys do? It's like, what don't we do? It feels like, and
that's a hard answer too.
It is. Yeah. It is. It's hard to comment on. But why don't you talk a little bit about the board of directors and what role they play in sort of shaping CBOT and how we lean on them?
Well, so speaking of our board of directors, I'll get into it in a minute. But pertaining to who we are, so the CBOT, Clarington Board of Trade. We are basically, in a nutshell, so everything that you said, but it's hard for some people to relate. For people who have never heard of us before,
right?
When they see the Clarington Board of Trade, a lot of them assume that we have an affiliation with the trades,
right?
Yes. So where there are people who are members or who we affiliate with that are in the trades, we don't support the trades in the way that you think that we do. So it's very similar to a chamber of commerce. Right. So both of those terms are interchangeable. I think they're just old school terms that were coined in Europe, I think in the 1800s, and I think they just stayed. So you have the Toronto Board of Trade, you have the Ajax Pickering Board of Trade, you have the Whitby Chamber, you have the Oshawa Chamber of Commerce, Port Hope Chamber. So we all focus on supporting business. We are really your support system for the community of Clarington, and any business who wants to do business in this community, and if their market is here. So we are here to help with in so many ways. So think of us as your support system. Think of us as your resource. So anything to do with business, and I mean anything. And if we can't find the answer, and I'm going to tell you, we'll find it and we'll get it to you as fast as possible. So pertaining to our board of directors, so I don't think they get enough attention, I guess, and that's going to change too, because as we onboard a new president at our AGM coming, in our AGM that we just had, this is going to be aired. This is hard.
Yes.
On May 1st. So we had our AGM on the 24th. So we do have a new president. Yes. And we are very grateful for Ben Earl, our outgoing president, for everything that he's done to support. So we have 12 directors. And these are members and leaders in the business community. That's right. So they're just not random people who just throw in an application and just lead our board. So those are members who have such dedication and commitment to making sure that we as a team have everything that we need, and I have everything we need. That's right. To be a successful organization. So we are really encouraging, we try to encourage our board of directors, because they have lives, they have businesses to run. So I ask them maybe sometimes for too much, but they signed up for this. So we are very grateful for their support. So you'll see them, and we usually at our events call them out and introduce them. Please don't be afraid to introduce yourself to them, because they're here to support you as well. So very proud to be a part of that circle. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. So we've been around since 1998. So this is our 27th year. Yes. So in 3 more years, we'll have a 30th celebration. And thank you to the community for all their support as well. So again, we wouldn't be here. That's right. Literally, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the support of the business community. So we are a membership-based organization. that sometimes may deter some people if we promote our events and they're like, oh,
Right.
yeah, I'm not a member, so I can't sign up.
Oh,
we
you sure can.
Member, non-member. I don't even care if you're a member. Like, come out and take advantage of our programming. Membership really is just a tool, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's just another tool to help support your goals and
Yes.
your growth. So
Yeah.
we will support you regardless if you're a member or not, right? So membership, again, is just another tool that provides a few more benefits, like discounts in events, promotional opportunities, the ability to use the chamber group insurance employee health plan.
Yep.
Again, this podcast, we only have so much real. I think Erica's like, wrap it up. But we have a lot of benefits to membership. So we invite those who aren't members to explore that with us. And again, we're here to help on any level. So hopefully that demystifies a little bit. Like, we are member based, but please don't be afraid to approach us, because we help members, non-members, it doesn't matter. And we're not out, so it's more of a passive, so your role, Rhonda, in business or sort of member attraction,
right?
You do that very informally. So
that's right.
So what
Absolutely.
Our approach is not like, oh, we're going to go across the street, we're going to get them as a member.
Right.
That's never our approach. Our approach is always, how can I help?
And we want to learn, right? We want to know who's in the community so that we can be advocates for our business community, so that we can, and we can be a resource for other businesses, because we often have, businesses that are asking, I'd love to connect with a business that does, X, Y, Z. And if we don't know who's here, we can't do that.
How many emails do you get a day with people asking for help, Rhonda?
A lot.
They say what? They say, help me, Rhonda?
Yeah, you're hilarious. And they still spell my name wrong. No, it's with an H. But it's you're right. It's not I always say this to people, it's not a checkbox, right? To say, oh, we got a new member. We're always excited when we get new members, and we celebrate them. We announce them in our e-bulletin and on social media, and we're excited and proud.
Yep.
But you're right. That's not our goal. It is not to have everyone join as a member.
Yep.
It might not be a good fit for you right now, based on where you're at. But you're right. There's certainly benefits to being a member, and more sort of tools to help you in your business. But you alluded to earlier that we are membership based. We also have 4 different tiers of membership, which is Rhonda, really unheard of.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, Bonnie. We're the only ones in Durham region that allow you to select your tier of membership where it's not based on the number of employees you have. Right. So, and this isn't to
maybe before you go into that, so maybe talk a little bit about why we don't base it on number of employees.
Yes. So we want there to be value. We want you to choose what is of value to you in your membership. Right. And a business that has, 2 employees and a business that has even, 20 employees, they shouldn't be lumped into the same bucket for our community. This is what works for our community,
because our community
is small business based, right?
Yep.
So we don't want you lumped into one sort of category paying the same price. We want you to be able to choose from the different benefits that are included in each of the tiers of membership, whether it's tickets to things, it's advertising opportunities, it's sponsorship opportunities, it's having your logo on our website or on the bottom of our e-bulletin or at our major events. So we want you to choose. You can change your level of membership at any point. Not just at renewal time even. We have, those that upgrade through the year because they're like, I'd really like this in my membership. But you get to choose. It's your choice.
So why did we do that in the first place? To make it
easy for them to participate. So a lot of things, again, there's tickets, there's, e-bulletin ads that Erica works really hard at to make sure we're incorporating in to highlight your business. And for some businesses, those things don't make sense. And some, it's very valuable. And then you don't have to throughout the year kind of go, oh yeah, I forgot to purchase my e-bulletins. Oh yeah, I forgot to purchase tickets to the mayor's address or the AGM. Or
it's uploaded to your membership.
That's right.
So we send out a lot of reminders to a lot of our tiered members and say, okay, don't forget you have 5 tickets to this or you have 2 tickets to this. And they do appreciate those reminders and they don't have to pay for it again.
It's one and done at the beginning of the year. So just just remember that if you are, even looking at what membership look like for you, keeping in mind that most of our members fall in at the classic membership, which is the first tier of membership. And that's fine. Again, we're a small business community, and that's where people are going to fall.
That's the majority of our members. Yeah.
Absolutely it is. And there's lots of benefits to that. You can also, though, purchase all of the things for the most part that are included in the other tiers of membership if you want that additional exposure or different tickets to things and things like that. So I think it's important to note that there's choice.
Well, there's no one size fits all approach, is there? Because that's not our type of organization.
That's right.
So,
that's right. So I think it was just important to talk about that with regards to membership. Again, it's a big piece of what we do, and our focus is our members. They're valued and the really important part of what we do, because we also ask for their feedback on our programming. We don't just pull things out of the sky to create events. We're asking for them. And stay tuned, members. You're going to start to see some survey questions in our e-bulletin just to get some additional feedback, because their voice is important, because they know what they're sort of plagued with every day and where they need maybe some new information to come from. And so we pay attention to that. So the feedback from our members is really vital.
Like we were talking in the green room again, that we want to keep things fresh. Yeah. We want to keep things relevant. And what matters to business.
That's right.
And so there's that advocacy piece as well. So that's what my focus is on a little bit more too. Yeah. Is keeping my ears open and talking to business and what matters to those businesses. And we shape programming based on the needs of the businesses.
That's right.
To your point, we're not pulling it out of the air.
No.
We shape it based on the needs of business. So we're really proud to keep things fresh and introduce new programming. So we have introduced, we're giving it a try. It's a peer-to-peer networking group.
Very excited about this.
Peer-to-peer support group. I know that Alyssa and Erica are like, can we stop adding things to the to-do list and the events list? We have about 600 events a year. That we don't. We have about 50. So they're fine. We'll be fine. Yeah. So it is for not-for-profits as well. The other one is for home-based business. And I'm really proud of having the home-based business and the not-for-profit in place, because their needs are different. And so it gives them an opportunity to engage with leaders in their own industry. Yes. Right. And so it'll be led by them. These discussions will be led by them. We'll be there to take notes. Of course. And to kind of facilitate a little bit, but it will be led by them. And it's a great opportunity for them to exchange ideas and to talk about best practices. And, for volunteers, there's an issue for volunteers. A lot of people are having a hard time getting volunteers for their organization. So that's right. So they could talk to each other and say, now, what did you do to kind of troubleshoot that? And how are you getting volunteers? So we're so excited about that. We already had a not-for-profit roundtable, so this was kind of the product from that. So we're going to give it a try and see if it takes flight. Yes. And we're going to do it, I think, every other month or quarterly. Quarterly. Okay. Yeah. Every other month, because I wrote the terms of reference. I can't remember. So we're excited about things like that. And I think one more thing that is crucial that people should know that maybe they don't know is we're a not-for-profit. Yes. We're a not-for-profit. So when we say membership matters, it does matter because it pays us. Right. It keeps the organization going. So those are our main revenue streams, our membership dues, I guess, and the others is events. Right. And the other is probably some advertising. But what we collect goes right back into programming, and it goes to employing us to make sure, excuse me, that we stay relevant. Yeah, but bringing value, successful. Right? We want to be, like we talked about earlier, about kind of the high expectations that we have, and kind of upping our game and making sure that we're staying, like I said, relevant, and we have our finger on the pulse of what's important to the business community. Yeah, we do. And in order to be able to do that, we need to be able to have money coming in just like any other business does. 100%. Right? That's right. That's right. So we're unique in that as well. Yeah. So some common questions that we get from our members, and not even just members. One thing that I get is, what are the benefits of membership? You're skipping. Right. I know I'm skipping stuff already. But listen, this is our podcast. We can do whatever we want. We'll come back to it. You didn't give me the memo. All right. It's fine. All right. So what are the benefits of membership? Oh, there's so many.
and I hate to push people to our website, but we do have this really cool chart that our team put together that outlines the various benefits of membership for each tier of membership.
I'm going to guess when Erica edits this, she's going to put it on the bottom of the screen. Is that right, Erica?
A link to our
She
website?
says yes, absolutely.
Yes, perfect. Awesome. So that you can see in a really nice quick snapshot what you're getting with membership. The other thing too is that's important, and we actually have this will be gone. In November or October, we'll be doing a member checkup or orientation that allows you to see what is included in your membership as a member. And even if you're curious and you're not a member, please come, please learn and see what you get, because you get so many things, whether again, it's promotional opportunities, it's attending events at a discounted rate. It's kind of raising your profile in the community, the advocacy piece, sponsorship, ability to promote yourself at events, all sorts of things that are included in membership. And if you're wanting to know, please reach out to us, call us, email us. And I'm happy. This is my favorite thing to do, is sit down with either a member or a non-member and just chat about what they can take advantage of and brainstorm. We did that with a business here yesterday, which was awesome. And they're a member already, and just brainstorming ideas of how they can raise their profile in the community.
Yes.
I'm by no means an expert, but I see what everyone's sort of doing, what's working, what's not. I used to be a business owner, so I get it as well. But there's so many things that when you're a business owner, you kind of get caught up in the weeds of things and you can't sort of see the forest for the trees. So it's nice to be able to just sit down and kind of hash it out a little bit. So that's, again, another perk of membership, is being able to do that. So that's a common question. One that we get to, maybe you can address this, Bonnie, is how you can support the not-for-profits in the community. A lot of businesses are asking us about that as well.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of questions are they asking?
So like just how they can get involved. Part of their, I think businesses realize, whether they're big, small, they realizing that they want to give back and they want to participate. And they see that it matters from like an employee morale perspective, getting their employees involved, whether it's something like the Terry Fox Walk or the Marigold Hospice
these are
Hiker
both
Bike.
like not-for-profits and charities and fundraisers and community projects.
That's right.
And so I think my advice and our advice would be, so we do have a page dedicated to that on our website. I think it's called CBOT.ca.
Supporting community, I think.
It's not right. It's a supporting community page,
right?
Which we try to keep as up to date as possible with the different fundraisers that are going on. Bethesda House is having a walk, or there's Marigold Hospice Care, who has their biker hike in September. Terry Fox. Big Brother's Big Sister. It's just, the list goes on.
Yeah.
So
Your favorite, the cold plunge.
That's my favorite. It's not.
No, it's not. But we do it. We do it
because we love the community.
Yes.
And
the Bethesda House.
And Bethesda House for sure. So so we're not going too much into what CBOT. We have an initiative called CBOT Cares, and so we consider the Board of Trade as like a community, almost like a community development organization, because we work here.
Right.
We live here.
Yep.
People are employed here. And so we really want to address the importance of having business leaders and their employees to get involved in the community. This is your community.
It feels good.
You're building your community. You're building your economy.
Yes.
Right. So the hospital expansion,
right.
Have a barbecue, wear pajama day Friday and pay $5-10 to do that. And every dollar, you might not think it helps.
It makes a huge difference.
And talking to Marigold Hospice Care last week, every dollar helps. And they're not kidding. So check out our webpage, and that's how to get involved. Just see who's out there, see who needs some help. And again, the community building piece is very important to us,
right?
Because again, this is our community, and if we can't build it together, then there's a problem, right? So we work and live here. So
and if you're not sure how to get involved, again, this goes back to a common question we get.
Call Rhonda.
Remember when they used to say
Rhonda
call Bonnie?
At CBOT.ca. It's just ask Bonnie.
I remember when I first started. It was always. I remember when I first started here, everyone was like, ask Bonnie.
Yeah.
And now it's ask Rhonda.
I say
it's
ask
just
Rhonda.
Ask anyone on our team, and we're happy to help.
I'm like, so what about this? And so you give me the information. So I ask you a whole bunch of things all the time. You're like, stop asking me. You should know this. But it's okay.
Yeah, just ask. We because when we participate in these events, we want you to join us as well. right? We want you to come out and meet with us and walk and cold plunge and or stand on the beach and watch like my husband did. And that's fine too. Yeah,
but he had a warm blanket for you after.
He did for Alyssa and I. Yes. So that was very nice.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing that we get asked a lot, and it seems like a kind of silly, but it's not. I mean, I understand where people are coming from. It's, more about how can you help promote my business, or how can you help connect me to other businesses in the community.
But it's like, so what am I going to get? So if I'm a member, like, how can you help me? Like, to your point, how do you promote me, and how do I get other business? So what is your answer to that?
Well,
Rhonda?
you're the face of your business, right? So, and again, I take this from when I used to have a business. We can't sit behind our desk and assume people are going to find us. So people want to.
Well, and to that point is, if you're a member of an organization,
yes,
you still can't sit behind your desk.
That's right. Well, it's not we don't wave a magic wand just because you're a CBOT member.
That's right.
And claim that business is going to come to you. You still have to participate. You have to come out. You have to build relationships. Because listen, we all want to do business with people that we have a good feeling about, and you get that good feeling when you meet with someone personally, in person, face to face. So we have so many opportunities. Like Bonnie said earlier, we have upwards of 50 events. Alyssa's probably like correcting me. It's gonna be 55 now, probably by the end of the year, for opportunities for you to connect and to have conversations, because you just never know where these opportunities for you to collaborate with other businesses come from. We see it all the time. It's so exciting. And businesses that had no idea that each other existed, and then now they're carrying out some sort of initiative together that's benefiting.
That's what fuels me.
100%.
That is, I love that.
I love it too. And they don't have. They can be businesses that have commonalities, or they can have businesses that have nothing to do with each other. Right. A perfect example, and I'll give them a shout out. Durham Ultimate Fitness and Jay's gonna kill me. Taunton Variety and Party, or Party and Variety. Sorry, Jay. Who just changed their name. That's why I'm mixing it up. They are collaborating. What do you think that a fitness facility and have to do with each other? And oh my gosh, the synergy and the excitement that they have, and they're so excited to be partnering together, and they respect each other so much.
Where did they meet, Rhonda?
Through CBOT.
That's a great answer.
Right. So you don't know that they have anything in common until they have a conversation, and then they realize that there's energy there, and that they're both very community based, and so being able to have those relationships, they don't just magically get formed because you're a CBOT member. You still have to come out. We want to see you.
It's the P word. You have to participate.
Yes.
And you have to invest
your
time. And you know what, we understand. We totally understand.
Yes.
You have to work for your business.
Yeah.
You're trying to raise your profile through your business. You're trying to make money. You're trying to live.
Yeah.
Obviously. But you became a member for a reason.
Right.
We do as much as we can to provide that platform.
Yes.
For businesses to connect and thrive and learn and collaborate and grow and reach your goals. But we give you the tools.
Yeah. Right. What you do with them is up to you.
100%.
Right.
And we reach out. Rhonda spends so much time reaching out to almost every member throughout the year, just to check up on you guys, right?
Whether it's email, a phone call, a visit,
anything, right? Just to check in, to make sure that if we haven't seen you in a while, we want to kind of circle back and say, you know what, we haven't seen you. You should be at this event, and we know where you should be.
Yes.
And Rhonda knows where you should be. So if you don't answer Rhonda, look out, because she just has your best interests at heart, and we all do. So so answer your email from Rhonda, because she's just coming from her heart, and we really just want to help you get to where you want to be.
Well, because we see the result when people come out.
We see it, but again, and I always say, when we get a little deflated sometimes when we're not, hearing back from our members and pertaining to us helping them, we will never be a priority for anybody.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
So we are a tool and a resource, but we just want to make sure your priority is your business. And so you know that we're here for you, right? So we will never expect to be your number one. You are our number one, because that's what we do and we love. But we totally respect what you guys need to do to build your business, but know that we are on your team. We are a part of your team. So never forget that we're here to help.
Right.
Right.
So we don't have time to go back to the point that I skipped over initially. But you know what? We have next month's episode.
Oh my God.
That we can do that.
Are we getting this?
We're getting the and that's okay. But we can't leave before we mention
That's right.
Expedia Cruises Clarington, located in Curtis. Please just pop in. If you're thinking about a trip, Bonnie's going to head there now.
They have snacks though too.
They do have snacks.
So.
They treat you like family when you're there, and they're lovely. Honestly, it's the perfect environment to create a vacation, you know, for your family or whatever you're looking for. Every budget they can meet, and you probably get a discount because you're a CBOT member as well.
Yes.
So don't forget to mention, if you are a member and you're going there, to mention that you heard about it on the podcast.
Totally. Yep.
But thank you so much to them for being our very first sponsor for our podcast. We're very honored and very pleased that we could feature them on the podcast. So again, they're located at 1414 King Street East, Unit 7.
Yeah. That's the Freshco.
In Curtis.
That's the Freshco Plaza.
That's right. That's right. Right
just on
at
Curtis
the corner.
and Town Line.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's not in Oshawa. It's in Curtis.
That's right.
So give them a call. Pop in. They love visitors. You'll get hugs and all sorts of things. And again, they're Canadian owned and operated. Lovely husband and wife, and they'd be happy to help you out with all your travel needs. So thank you to them.
Definitely. So maybe the next episode. Maybe,
do you want to announce the special guest that we're going to have a guest?
Yes, he's locked in.
He's locked in.
Since he saw our first podcast, he's like, "Can I be on, please?"
We're like, okay,
I guess so.
fine.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Mayor Adrian Foster.
Yes.
Mayor of Clarington. So he is locked in, and you will be seeing his episode airing on June 1st. Which I can't believe I'm saying that word is June.
Yeah, but that means that it'll be nice weather.
It'll be nice.
So
it'll be
happy
nice.
to have him on. So we
sure.
will formulate some questions. If you all have questions for him, please let us know as well.
Definitely.
And please check out our website. Follow us on social media, especially today for April Fool's Day. Oh yeah, this is airing in May. You can scroll back to April Fool's Day.
Yes.
But follow us on social media. That's it.
That's all.
Signing off.
Thanks everybody. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of CBOT Unplugged, brought to you by the Clarington Board of Trade. Follow us on Instagram at ClaringtonBot, on Facebook at the Clarington Board of Trade, or visit our website, cbot.ca.